I would like to take up Anton's challenge to think about how I can make things better for me and for other LGBT around the world, and especially in my country. So, in Morocco, the law criminalizes homosexuals, and the society is very, very homophobic. They can't even accept women as equal as men, so how can they accept gay people? And I really feel sorry for not being able to reveal my identity. Well, I really wish I could, but you know, if my identity is revealed, I risk being ridiculed by my whole family. I risk lose my freedom as a citizen, and I risk having that right to be protected by the authorities from angry Islamists, and I risk the media will humiliate me in public. So, hiding behind this outfit doesn't mean I'm a coward or something. I fight a lot, but just because I'm protecting myself from a discrimination that could ruin my life, really. So, let's go back to my past, and I would like to share a story of mine when I was 7, okay? So, when I was 7, I had a little conversation with my dad in my room before he said goodnight, like usual. And that time, it was the talk about my future. So I was wondering, like any other girl, about my future. So guess what my dad told me? He told me that I don't have to worry about my future because someday I'm gonna marry a man and he make me happy. And this word was like a shock to me, and I shouted and I said, I don't need a man to achieve my dreams. I can do it on my own. Besides, do I have to marry a man? And he said, no, you don't have to, but how can you make kids without a man? And I said, but I feel happier with women. What if I choose to marry a woman? And guess what he did? He just left the room speechless. Nice of him. So, at that time, I believed, so I would like to share a story about my teenagehood. And this time, it was like a spring for me because there were young people in my age, but I was isolated. So, when I was a teenager, I was feeling disturbed when boys paid attention to me, not like other girls. The other girls used to come running to me and tell me how happy they were with their boyfriends, but I couldn't feel what they were talking about. And for me, relationships were just a waste of time and a distraction from school. And the only explanation was maybe I was a nerd or cold sexually. And at that time, I believed everyone, and I lied to myself. Then one day, there was a voice coming in my head and say, hey you, why does your heart beat faster when you see this girl? Why do you feel so shy when she says she misses you? And the only way to answer that was to pick up my pen and go straight to my diary and write and express my feelings secretly in English so that no one of my family could understand what I was saying. And at that time, I thought I was the only one who was attracted to girls. And I even had a boyfriend to prove to my classmates that boys liked me too. But I couldn't share his feelings, and I broke his heart. And I always envied him, for he could be dating a girl while I could not. And that was bad. So then, finally, I had a lesbian friend. She was masculine, and that was the thing that made me guess that she might have had the same orientation as I did. And I got closer to her, and I was open about my orientation, and so was she. And we shared our secrets together. She was the first person with whom I could share my feelings and tell her about my feelings toward our other girls. From then on, we started exploring the world from a different angle, and we started having new friends. Some of them were lesbians, and others were gay-friendly straights, and we were having so much fun in our little society. Then, one day, I met a girl, and I started having a very sweet relationship that lasted for 6 years, but not for longer. Why? Because we were so frustrated from not being able to live together like any other couple in the world. And my family found out one day, and they threatened me to hurt her so badly. I can't explain how, but it's really bad. So my mom told me that in case she sees me with her or she finds out that I'm living with her, she will just tell the police. And she was not allowed to get into my house, and I was not allowed to go out. And if I go out to school, my brothers used to follow me, to watch me. And to go meet her, I used to lie to my mom and tell her, like, I'm having a date, I'm gonna meet my boyfriend, and please keep my brothers away because I don't want them to see me with my new boyfriend. So I used to go and meet my girlfriend. And, you know, but my mom is suffering. Sometimes I found her crying for some reason, but when I come closer to her and try to make her feel better, she just tells me that what made her hurt the most is what she calls my addiction. And she meant by my addiction that I'm addicted to liking women, as if I was a pervert or something. So, just my brothers are really aggressive to me all the time. And they said that maybe you're addicted to drugs because you get angry all the time. But like Anton said, we're not angry because I'm addicted to drugs, but it's the context in which I live that makes me angry. And I'm looking for a way to channel all that anger into a better way to change the world and help my people in my country. So right now, you know, the speakers you'll hear next are further in their activism, and right here in this room, you just watched me doing my first step into activism. Thank you so much.